Everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome to Yoga Sculpt. My name is Amanda. For today's class, all you will need is a set of light weights. And if you don't have light weights, no worries whatsoever. Everything can always be done with just your body weight. You can also grab maybe cans that you have, water bottles, candles, whatever you have that has a little bit of weight of equal parts. But of course, everything can always be done without any weights at all and choose just your body weight. Also, everything today will be standing. So this is a great workout if you were on the go, if you were in the office and you don't have the ability to lay down. We will need a sturdy surface to lean against. So maybe that'd be a wall. It could also be a couch, a ledge, a bar if you have one, anything that you have around you. Let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up. Bring your feet hip width apart and parallel. From here, we're just going to step out from side to side. If you're tracking your workout, go ahead and set your devices. We're just stepping out from one side to the next. All right, and then add the opposite hand, pushing in the opposite direction of your foot. Keep it going. Almost there. Just tiny presses. Next, we're going to bring the arm up into a reach, really lengthening that side body. Feeling that stretch all along the side. Same arm, same leg, reaching long in opposite directions, one more on each side. Then we're going to draw that knee up and over to the side, coming to a side lunge. Pressing your hips back. Let's do it one more on each side. And then come on down to a low wide squat. Your feet are wider than your hips, your toes are slightly turned outwards. Bend your knees and straighten your knees, just alternating, bending and extending your legs. Your chest stays lifted. Next one, we're going to hold the hips down, bring your arms out to a T, draw little circles here with your arms, warming up your body, and then reverse the direction, just little circles here. From the same position, we're going to reach down towards the opposite inside leg. As you do so, bend into that knee. As you come to standing, straightening the legs out, arms come back out to a T. Palms stay facing down. All right, from here, we're going to come down to a runner's lunge. So bend into your right knee, relax your right toes, press into your left knee, allowing your right hip to open up. Chin and chest stays nice and lifted. Then we're going to alternate drawing the hips back and pressing the hips forward. Just forwards and back. On the next one, we're going to hold the hips back, straightening that front left leg, maybe point, flex, or circle out that ankle. Hold the left toes flexed, hinge forward, bringing your left foot, maybe bring your nose towards your knee, heart towards your thigh, folding forward. And then stepping your left knee to meet your right. Step a big foot forward with your right foot. Pressing into that right knee, opening up your left hip, chin, chest again stays nice and lifted. Alternate pulling the hips back as you straighten that leg, and then press forward. All right, on the next one, we're going to hold the hips back, point, flex, circle out that right ankle, shoulders remain stacked directly over your hips, so you're not hinging forward, you're not leaning from one side to the other. Hold your right toes flexed, fold forward. You'll be bringing the crown of your head towards your toes, folding forward more, reaching closer towards your leg. And then gently come on up, roll your shoulders back. Roll them forward. All right, if you're using any equipment, go ahead and grab that equipment now. Again, it's just a set of light weights or any other option of light weights. Or of course, just your body weight. All right, from here, go ahead and come into a wide second position. So your feet are wide and your hips, toes turned down. One light weight each hand. If you're using the weights, elbows are bent at 90. From here, we're going to come into a plie. We lift our elbows, hold the plie, arms lift, lower, and stand. Raise, lift, lower, and stand. So as you bend the elbows, you bend the knees, elbows raise, palms stay facing up, bend, and release down. So your elbows are staying bent at 90 degrees the entire time. As you straighten your legs, palms come facing in, elbows in towards your rib cage. As you hold in that plie, arms come up into a goalpost position. Keep it going. Bend, lift. Almost there. All right, next one, we're going to hold the knees bent. We're going to bring the weights to the shoulder with both of your palms together, and we're going to draw the arms up and over. So you're keeping everything still, just your arms are moving up and over. Keep a deep bend in those knees. Your shoulders are tracking over your hips. Keep your hips tucked under. So avoid allowing your booty to stick outwards. You want to tuck your pelvis under, drawing the weights or your palms, your knuckles to one shoulder, up and over your head towards the opposite shoulder. Everything in one line. Keep it going. All right, from here, go ahead and release your arms up overhead. Pose position, arms are straight up overhead, elbows stacked directly over your shoulders. We're going to bend the elbows as we lift the right heel, bend the elbows, lift the left heel. So you're alternating right to left to right, simultaneously bending and extending your elbows, working those triceps. Your chin and chest stays nice and lifted, keeping your airway open. Your hips are low. Keep it going. We're going to come to standing and drawing those heels to touch in just a few. That's it. Almost there. Give me a few more. Keep your chin and chest nice and lifted, elbows bent, elbows extend. All right, give me one more on each side, right side and left side. All right. Go ahead and release your arms down, roll your shoulders back, draw your heels to touch. From here, palms are facing in. We're going to alternate, lifting the heels as we draw the arm directly across the body. So it's as if you are trying to reach in front of the opposite shoulder and you're lifting those heels. You're keeping that bend in the knees. As you lower the heels, you're bending deeper into your knees as you raise your heels even higher. Keep it going. Keep a soft bend in your elbows, warming up those shoulders, your biceps here. Almost there. Gentle heel raise, alternating cross body curl, one more on each side. All right, from here, go ahead and shake it out. We're going to bring the feet hip width apart and parallel. We're going to bring the palms facing up. We're going to extend that right foot forward. We're going to hold the knee bent, and we're just going to lift that right leg as we come into a bicep curl. So you're working your lower abs to lift your right leg. You're keeping a soft bend in that knee. You're pointing through your right toes. Your palms are facing up. You're going to feel it in the top of your right thigh. Your chin and chest stays nice and lifted. Keep a soft bend in that same left knee. Avoid locking out that knee. Keep a nice soft bend in that knee. You're just lifting and lowering. Keeping your gaze forward, and you draw that knee a little bit closer up towards your chest. Imagine that you can touch your knee towards the same shoulder. That's how high, that's how much core work you want to do here. Keep it going. All right, next one, we're gonna hold the leg lifted. We're gonna keep the elbows bent. We're gonna flex and point. Just flex and point. Ground through your standing left leg. Again, avoid locking out that left knee. If you need to hold on to a ledge or anything with your left hand, please feel free to do so. Your palms remain facing up. Your elbows are bent to 90. You're just pointing and flexing the right toes as you hold that knee in midair. Almost there. Keep going. You are so close. Still going. All right, hold the toes flexed from here. We're going to straighten the leg as you extend the arms. Draw the elbows in and bend the knee. Straighten the arms and leg. Bend the elbows and knee. So you're still holding that left leg lifted. So you're going to feel that soreness already start to build up in your right leg. You're extending and drawing everything in. Just extend, draw it in. If you notice that your leg starts to droop down, be mindful. Keep that knee nice and high. Actively work to keep that knee up by using your abs. You're going to feel it in your hip flexor and your right quad and in your core. You're simultaneously extending and drawing the arms out and in with the foot. Just a few more. Give me 2 more. Last one. All right, release that right leg down. Shake it out. Bring your feet back to hip width apart and parallel. From here, palms are facing up. Have a soft bend in your knees. We're gonna alternate lifting and lowering the heels. As we lift and lower the heels, we're gonna raise the arms. So you're working into those calves still. Your chin and chest is lifted. You're working those biceps, drawing the arms up. Palms stay facing up towards the ceiling, coming to shoulder height, and then releasing them back down as you release the heel down, alternating right to heel to left heel. Just a few more. Still going. That's it. Give me 1 more on each side, right and left. All right, go ahead and shake it out. From here, you guessed it, we have the opposite side. We're going to work into that left leg. So bring your feet back to hip width apart and parallel. Your palms are facing in this time. Your palms are facing down by your side. You're going to extend that left leg forward, have a soft bend in your standing right knee. We're going to bend and lift that left leg. Point through your right toes. You are actively working your lower abs to lift that knee high. This time, palms are staying faced in, coming into a hammer curl. If you need to use a bar or a ledge, something to pull your weight on, go ahead and do so with your right side. So your non-working leg is where you will have that sturdy surface to lean against or to rather place your right hand on. Just a lift and a lower, keeping that gaze forward, grounding through your staying right leg again. Avoid locking out that knee, keep a micro bend in that knee. You're just lifting and lowering. Keeping your hips tucked under, so avoid letting your bum stick outward. Just a lift and a lower. 2 more. All right, hold the leg lifted, hold the elbows bent. The arms are completely static. From here, that leg is not moving. You're flexing and pointing. Just alternate flexing and pointing those toes. That's it. Your core is nice and engaged. You got it. Keep it going. Just flex and point. Now trying to keep that left knee high. You feel it start to droop down, bring it right back up, soft bend, and that standing right leg, flex and point. Keep it going. You've got it. We're gonna hold that left leg flexed here in just a moment. Beautiful work. Way to really stick with it. Flex and point. Next one, hold the left toes flexed. Your palms are still facing in. So you're gonna extend the arms, extend the left leg, draw everything back in. Extend, draw it in. So that left leg is going to start to fatigue. That is okay. You want to be mindful to keep it lifted. So if it comes down here, that's okay. But try to keep lifting it back up. Even if it comes back down towards the floor, you're extending, drawing it in, extend, draw it in. Of course, you can always hold on to a bar or a ledge with your right hand if you need to do so. Keep it going. Extend, draw it in. Almost there. Just a few more. Give me 2 more. All right, last one. All right, release it down, shake it out. Draw your heels together, toes are apart, have a soft bend in your knees, and then we're going to hinge forward. Your arms are down by your side. We're coming to a reverse fly and then release it down. So just lift, imagine you're pulling your shoulder blades together. Imagine you have a pencil in between your shoulder blades and you are trying to squeeze it there and hold it there until, of course, you release down and then pull it back in. Nice flat back here. So you're not rounding your spine, you're not arching your back, just a flat back, open and close. You're holding that hinge forward, your heels to touch, toes fall open. Knees are slightly bent. Keep it going. One more. All right, from here, you can set the weights off to the side. We're gonna focus primarily on the legs, but you can also keep the weights in the hands. We're gonna slide that right foot forward, so we're gonna come into a first position. We're gonna have a soft bend in the knees. You can bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna lift the right leg, step it down. Lift the back leg, step it down. Just alternating, lifting the front leg, step it down. Lift the back leg, step it down. So you're working the inner right thigh as you lift the front leg. You're working the outer left glute as you lift that back left leg. Keep it going. Lift. And the height that you lift is totally up to you. Maybe it's 1 inch or 2 off the floor. Maybe it's 1 foot or 2 off the floor. Do what you can today. Point through your toes as you lift the leg. All right. We're going to hold the feet planted. We're going to bend deep into those knees. We're going to press the right knee open, pulse the hips down, press the left knee open, pulse the hips down. Right knee open, pulse down, left knee open, pulse down. Maybe it's a teeny tiny movement. Maybe if you're watching yourself in a mirror or a camera, you can't even tell that your knees are pressing outward, but you should absolutely feel it. You're going to feel it in those outer hips. Right knee opens, pulse down, left knee opens, pulse down. Hands can remain on your hips. Keep it going. Tiny little pulse, bringing your hips towards your heels in that 4th position, in between your knees, pressing out, alternating front, pulse, back, and pulse. Keep it going. All right, from here, hold the knees nice and bent. We're going to slightly hinge forward. We're going to step our left foot back and then bring it in, step it back, and bring it in. So you're just moving that back leg. You're holding that hinge forward. You're stepping back, bringing it in, stepping it back, bringing it in. Tiny movements here. You're really needing to loosen up the calves here. So if your calves are super tight, maybe the bend in your knees is not as far. Maybe you're hinging more to get that step further back. That is okay. Keep your core nice and engaged. Keeping that soft bend in both of your knees. Step the left foot back, bring it back to meet the right, and back in. Bring it back. Come on, keep it going. You've got it. All right, from here, we are going to hold that left leg back. So we're going to hold that left leg back. We're going to hold it straight. We're going to really hinge forward over that right leg. We're going to point through the left toes. We're just going to lift and lower. So your toes are pointed outwards. So you're still holding that semi-fourth position. They're just further apart. You're lifting and lowering. Lifting up and lowering. You're squeezing the back of your left glute. You're going to feel it in your hamstrings on the left side. You're also going to feel it in your outer right hip as you lean your body forward. That weight is in your right leg, but you actively want to be working that back left leg. Lift and lower. Point stronger through the toes. Keep it going. All right, go ahead and release that leg down. From here, we're just going to switch sides. All right, we're going to bring that left foot forward, your right foot back. So you're coming back to that fourth position. We're going to have a soft bend in the knees. We're going to lift that we're going to lift that front left leg, set it down, lift the back right leg, set it down. So now we have to condition our minds and our bodies to do the opposite. So that left leg is forward this time, that right leg is back. You're lifting your front left leg, working that inner left thigh. As you lift that back right leg, you're working that outer right glute. Keep it going, lift. You're teeter-tottering your upper body forwards and backwards to counteract that leg from lifting. So as your front left leg lifts, your body leans slightly back onto that right leg. As your back right leg lifts, you're leaning slightly forward onto that left leg. Keep it going. We have those pressed backs of the knees with a little tiny pulse of the hips. All right, give me one more of each. And gently setting that right foot down. Have a soft bend in both of your knees. We're going to press the left leg out, pulse it down, press the right knee out, pulse it down, left knee and pulse, right knee and pulse. Keep it going. That's it, almost there. Really try and turn out that inner thigh even more. That's how much you want to press that knee out and back. Chest is nice and lifted, so your shoulders are stacked directly over your hips here, even as you're pressing the knee back and even as you're pulsing the hips down, bending deeper into your knees. All right, one more on each side. All right, from here, we're going to slightly hinge forward. We're going to step it back with the right leg and bring it together. Step it back, bring it together. So you're just working, that right leg is moving. You're stepping it back, bringing it together. Step it back, bring it together. Your toes are turned outward the entire time. Step it back, bring it forward. Step it back, bring it forward. Keeping that bend in the knees, keeping your body slightly hinged forward. Keep it going. right, on the next one, we're gonna hold that right leg straight back, have a soft bend, and you're saying front left leg. You're gonna point through your right toes, and we're just gonna lift and lower, lift and lower. So you're holding that hinge forward, your hands are at your waist, just lifting and lowering. You can also hold on to that bar or ledge with your opposite left hand. So you're still, toes are turned out, holding that hinge forward, lift and lower. Straight right leg. Just a lift and a lower. All right, go ahead and release that leg down. Shake it out, maybe grab a sip of water. All right, we're going to bring the feet wider than the hips, toes turned out, using your weight still if you have them. Elbows are wide behind your head. Bend your knees down. Just draw the right elbow to the right knee, draw it upright, right elbow to right knee, and upright. So even though we are standing the entire time, that does not mean we are not working that core. Some of the best core work is from a standing position. In this position here, you want to keep your hips low. You want to try to tap your right elbow towards your knee or your thigh. As you tap that elbow to the knee, your top shoulder is stacked directly over the bottom. So it's as if your body is between two panes of glass. You're not rolling forwards. You're not rolling backwards. Keep it going. Hips stay nice and low. Feet are flat on the floor. Maybe bend deeper into your knees. One more on the right side. All right, hold upright. You know what we're gonna do. Left elbow to left knee. Draw it upright. Left elbow to left knee. And upright. Keep it going. Same concept. Left elbow towards the left knee. As you draw that elbow down, actively making sure that your top right elbow is stacking directly over the left. Draw it down and back up. Keep it going. Almost there. Moving elbow to knee and back upright, crunching that left side, that left oblique, and as you come to standing, you are stretching that oblique. Give me one more. All right, now we're gonna alternate and add on to it. So right elbow to right knee, pop the right heel, extend your right arm, bend your right elbow, lower the heel, come upright, left elbow to left knee, pop the left heel, arm extends, bend the elbow, lower the heel, come upright. Right side, pop the heel, extend the arm, bend the elbow, lower the heel, draw it upright, left elbow to left knee, pop the heel, extend the left arm, bends, and comes up. Keep it going. That's it. Lift and lower. Draw everything up. Right side, extend, lift, bend, lower, come upright. All right, give me one more on each side. From here, go ahead and draw your feet close in, walk out your heels, maybe shake it from side to side. All right, from this position, what we're going to do is you're going to keep your weights in your hands. Just grab some water. You're going to keep the weights in your hand. All right, we are going to work more of those glutes and more of that core. So from here, if you would like, you can hold on to that bar leg with your left hand. We're going to work that right side. From here, we're going to bring the feet hip width apart and parallel. We're going to slightly hinge forward, extend that right leg straight back. So your toes are facing parallel. You're going to lower your arms. You're going to lift your arms and lift your leg. So if you're doing just the right side and your left hand is on that bar or that ledge, you're just working your right arm and your right leg. Your right toes are flexed down towards the floor. So your toes are facing the same direction, not outward as we had done. In that fourth position, they're facing down. You're working the base of your right glute here, keeping your abs engaged. You're strengthening your lower back by holding that hinge forward and not arching or rounding your spine. From here, we're going to hold that right leg bent, that right leg lifted, Hold that right arm extended, and we're going to bend the elbow, bend the heel, bend the knee, bend and extend. So as you're bending the elbow and bending the knee, you're drawing them in opposite directions even though they're bending. You want to avoid allowing your hip to open up. That hip stays parallel. So imagine that your hips are headlights and they're aiming down towards the floor. You don't want your headlights going off to the side. You want them straight down. Your feet are parallel, so your toes are pointed down, bending and extending. Keep it going. All right, from here, hold the knee and the elbow bent. We're going to extend, pull it in, extend, pull it in. So imagine that you're pushing someone away from you with your right hand and you're kicking somebody away from you with your right. You can also do one at a time. You can do them at the same time, extending them away and drawing them back in. You're working again that right side. If your left side is on that bar or that ledge, forward, draw it in, kick it back, draw it in. Keep it going. All right, go ahead and shake it out. From here, bring your feet hip width apart and parallel, arms down by your side. We're going to reach the right arm down and draw it up just the right side, right arm down and bring it up. So you're crunching that right oblique and then crunching it back to center. Keep it going. Reach and then drawing your body upright. We'll do that left side next, don't worry. Reach down and upright. Keeping it going. Give me two more. Maybe reaching further, same hand to the same ankle. All right, come on upright. Now we have the opposite leg. So feet are hip width apart and parallel. Just hinging forward. Extend that left leg straight back from here. Hands to your hips. We're just going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. You can also bring your right hand, your non-working side, to that bar, that ledge. Your left toes are flexed, your left leg is straight. You're going to feel it in the base of your left glute. You should not feel it in your outer hip. If your toes are turned outward, that's when you're going to feel it in the outer side. We already did that. Now we're going to work that base of your left glute by lifting and lowering. You're holding that hinge forward. You have a micro bend in that standing left knee. Avoid locking out the knee. Tiny bend in that right knee. Right toes facing down. All right, from here, we're going to hold the arm and leg lifted. We're going to bend the elbow, bend the knee, and then extend. Left toe stay flexed. That left hip is completely in line. It is parallel with your right, so you're not opening up that hip. You're keeping that hip down. You're bending your elbow, bringing your thumb towards the same shoulder, the same collarbone, as you simultaneously draw that left heel in towards your left glute. You're bending both your left arm, your left leg, even though they're working towards opposite directions. You're bending them at the same time. Keep it going, just that left side working. Almost there. All right, next one, we're gonna hold the arm and leg bent. Now we're gonna press the right arm away, left leg back, and draw it in. Press it away and back. So imagine that you're pushing somebody away from you with your left hand, and imagine you're kicking somebody away from you with your left leg. You can do them in opposite directions, or opposite times rather. Of course, they're opposite directions. You can do your left arm first, and then your left leg. You can also do them at the same time, keeping that micro bend in your standing right leg. Core is engaged. We need 3 more. All right, 1 more. All right, release that left leg down. Shake it out. Go ahead and bring your hands on by your side. Your feet once again are hip width apart and parallel. You're going to reach that left hand down and then draw it up. Left arm down and then reach it up. Your core is engaged. So again, you are imagining that your body is between 2 panes of glass and you're just reaching down. So you're not rolling forwards, you're not leaning backwards. It's completely towards that right shoulder, stacking over your left. Crunching that left oblique, and then a tiny stretch. Two more on this side. Reach and upright and reach and upright. All right, from here, bring your hands to your hips. We're gonna draw that right leg directly out from the right hip. The distance is totally up to you. Have a micro bend once again, and that left standing knee, avoid locking out that knee. Keep a nice micro bend, point your right toes. We're just gonna lift and lower that right leg. Now, you can also hold on to that bar, that ledge here on the left side. Your right leg is coming directly out from your right hip, so don't bring it back, don't bring it straight back, don't bring it forward or up to the diagonal. It's directly out from your hip. So you're going to feel that slight pinch in that outer right hip once again. Either your hands to your hips, you can draw your elbows wide, arms out to a T, left hand to that ledge, whatever works for you today. Just the right leg is moving. 1 more. Set it down, shake it out. You guess it. Now we have the left side. Hands to your hips, left leg directly out from the left side. Have a bend into that right knee. Don't lock out that knee. Keep a nice soft bend. Left toes are pointed. Lift and lower. Directly out from your left hip. So again, you can place that right hand on the ledge or the bar if you'd like. And that left leg comes directly out from your hip. So you're not going back diagonal. You're not going straight back. You're not going up the diagonal or forward. We did all those moves already. You're just working directly out from that left hip flexor. Rounding through your standing right leg, soft bend in your right knee. Just a lift and a lower of that left leg. Give me 1 more. All right, release your left leg down. Walk your feet out. Go ahead and bring your hands down by your side. Now we're going to reach the right arm towards the right toes. Draw it up. Left hand to left toes. Draw it up. So you're alternating, reaching for the same ankle. Keep it going. Reaching down. So as you think, right elbow, right hand to right ankle, right knee, and then coming down to the left side, you're stretching that right side body. So as you crunch one, you're stretching the other, and you're just alternating from side to side. Keep going. One more on each side. From here, draw your elbows wide behind your head. Have a soft bend in your knees. We're going to draw the right knee up, left elbow down, left knee up, right elbow down. So you're doing standing bicycles. You're drawing your opposite knee up, opposite elbow down. They don't have to touch. You want to move them in that direction. You want to try to keep your balance, reaching down and coming back upright. Think slow and controlled. The faster you go, the easier it is. When you have to hold your balance, that's when it becomes tricky. That's when it becomes more challenging. One more on each side. All right. Go ahead and release your hands down. Have a soft bend in your knees. We're just going to do a few pulses here. Just little pulses. So your chest is upright. You're just bending into your knees. Hands down by your side. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Little pulses here. That's it. Give me 3 and 2 and 1. Hold it low. Elbows are wide. We're going to step it outright. Bring it in. Outright. Bring it in. 8 more. 7 more. And 6. Last 5. And 3. You got it. 2. And 1. Hold the feet hip width apart and parallel. Pulse it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold low. Step it out left for 10. You got it. That's it. 8 more. Elbows stay wide. Chest is lifted. That's it. You got 6 more. Just the left leg is stepping out and in. And 4. Last 3. 2. 1 more. You got it. All right, that's it. Go ahead and release the weights down and front if you were using them. We're just going to march the legs out, getting some blood flow back into those legs. A lot of static movement that we had towards the latter end of the class. All right, from here, from a standing position, you can also hold on to that ledge. We're just going to draw that right knee up towards your right chest, right shoulder. You can grab on both hands if you don't need that ledge. A point flex, circle out the right ankle. And then release that right foot. Bring it behind you. Now your thighs can be in line. This can be a perfect stretch. If you want more of that quad stretch, extend that right leg back. Avoid locking out that left knee. Don't lock it out. Keep a nice soft bend. And then releasing that right foot down. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Flex your right toes to protect your knee. If you'd like a deeper stretch, sit back. Maybe press down that right knee, opening up your right hip. Chin and chest stays nice and lifted. Coming upright. We're just going to switch sides. So from here, you're lifting that left knee up with just your left hand. You can also hold on with both hands. I never have good balance when I stare at this wall. I do not know why. A point flex, circle out that left knee. Release that knee. Draw the foot behind you. You can have your knees bringing back to parallel. You can also draw that leg back for a quad stretch. Also open up your shoulder. Release that left foot down. Have a softer bend in your right knee. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Flex your left toes to protect your knee. If you'd like a deeper stretch, sit lower. Maybe press that left knee open more with your left hand. And then palm upright. Bring your feet slightly lower than your hips. Right arm across your body, grabbing at your forearm, avoiding your wrist or your elbow. Open and switch. Left arm across your body. Open. Draw the right elbow wide behind your head. Chin and chest is lifted. Open. Left elbow wide behind your head. Again, chin and chest lifted. Open. Maybe circle out your wrist. Maybe clasp your hands behind your back. You can also always bring your hands to the lower back and gaze up. If your hands are behind, maybe bring your thumbs towards your heels. Your hands, again, circle out your wrists. Nice big inhale. Fantastic work today. Thank you all so very much for joining me.